Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? Happy Tuesday, man. Video gaming news coming up for today, June 18th. And then we've got the Nintendo Direct happening. Yeah, so we'll watch that. I'm not expecting a whole lot, to be honest. I don't think we're going to see anything about new Nintendo hardware. The games will come from that hardware. And, you know, which means I think it'll be fairly lackluster. Nintendo's, I think, very, very focused now on the release of their upcoming hardware and what will be coming along with it, which means that a lot of what they have in store for the current hardware is probably not a lot, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out today. Stream is never starting. That's misinformation. That's misinformation. Yeah, I don't know. Then we'll play Ghost of Tsushima for the rest of the day. What's up, Soup? How you doing, buddy? And yeah, I don't know. It's already random mode time, by the way. We're looking for the dude. It popped off as soon as I started the stream. You're looking for Twitch Unity, as well as Peepo DJ. Two great emotes to start the day off with there. It's gonna be a banger of a day. Wait, what? You saw that here. The HOTD2 remake? You saw that here. Why are you putting that in chat? You're such a trip, dude. What are you talking about? Fatal Frame? Eh. We saw that too, though. But what we do have is what Soup gave us yesterday about A Quiet Place game coming, and the Nintendo Direct stuff. I'll show you guys that in a moment. We were hearing rumors that it was going to be popping off today, and it did become official yesterday, and Soup gave us that official news, which I appreciate. Buddy, let's get in here and start doing video gaming news, man. Let's do it. This is interesting. So, Paradox is closing down Tectonic Studio and canceling Life by You. This is a game being developed by former Sims devs, and it was looking to be a viable alternative for people that enjoyed The Sims, that didn't necessarily want to continue to support EA and their monetization tactics, right? Or scumminess, I guess. It's weird. They were supposed to be releasing Life by You as an early access game. I think it was earlier this month. And so kind of odd that this was something they had been promoting for quite a while, and then all of a sudden it gets delayed, and then now they're shutting down the studio entirely. So we'll pull this up, we'll talk about this, see what's going on there. Forza Horizon 5's adding iconic cars from Back to the Future. I think they need to be more worried about the quality of the gameplay rather than adding in cars right now. We already have this up. Again, we have this up from Soup from yesterday. Thanks, buddy. We'll take a look at that. This is the tweet from Nintendo yesterday as well, giving us the. I'll look at this first after we find all our articles. All right. What'd you say? Paradox is already in shambles with City Skylines 2. Yeah, it was not a good play by them. I mean, you know, they're the publisher, and Colossal Order is the developer behind City Skylines 2. And I agree. Yeah, I called them out pretty heavily for the whole City Skylines 2 thing. It was pretty disgusting. They basically came out, the publisher and developer came out and were like, well, the game's not ready, but we're going to go ahead and you know, release it anyways. And that's always a disgusting thing to hear. And who knows really if that was as much an issue. It was probably more the publisher pushing that than the developer, I would assume, you know. But no way around it. It's disgusting. Whoever was pushing that and making that happen, it's got to feel bad. You know, normally a developer wants the game to be finished before it's pushed out, normally, depending on who the developer is. But a good developer, anyways, wants it to be done before it's published. And it feels bad, you know. It feels really bad to have that happen. And I told everybody to stay away from it. And you can go look at it on Steam and see that it was not well received. And a big part of it, I think, is because the game wasn't ready. It's unfortunate. So now I think the big one to look forward to instead of Life by You as an alternative to the Sims is going to be Paralives. Paralives. Yeah, they can't even fix it. You're right. Yep. Absolutely right, buddy. What? Is that the name of a game? Grafton. I hate this. Whatever. Shut up. It looks really good. Too ambitious. Well, yeah, I'll bring up I mean, you know, I was really more interested in what Paralives was bringing to the table than Life by You anyways. But there's always a good thing to have competition, which is why I was still looking forward to Life by You coming out and what it was going to offer on the front of competing with something like The Sims, right? So, Paralives looks amazing, by the way. It's, all we've seen is, I mean, not all we've seen. They've given a good chunk of showcasing what the game has to offer, and it's not even releasing until next year in early access, and it looks really, really good right now. This looks pretty interesting. I haven't even seen this yet. Let me see if I can pull up something on YouTube as well, and we'll take a look at this today, buddy. Thank you. I've never heard of this, Doug. I mean, I know who Crafton is, but I've never heard of this Inzoi title of theirs. Thanks, man. See. Oh, I remember hearing about this too. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. This one, oh yeah, this one weirded me out, dude. Yeah. This one was weird, dude. This one was weird. All the characters look like little kids. It's really odd. What was weird about it? Brother. You can't do that. You can't say that. Like every free-to-play game is going to be, you know, have a higher chance to be marketed towards a younger audience. That's not the way that works. That's the way that statement comes off, and that's not the way that works. I don't know. I think that because dude, I remember watching this with the community. This is the thing. This looks like Pokemon. If it was a nightmare.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Thanks, dude.
nsync_eject just resubscribed for 19 months.
What up, brother? Brother. Yo, thanks, man. 19 months. Jesus Christ, dog. Incredible. Thank you, man. It's just so amazing, dude. Thank you very much. What does this look like to me? It looks like they're trying to cater to either an audience of children or an audience of pedos, dude. That's what this looks like to me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Bro, I'm saying, like, oh, I'm sorry, dude, but that's the way this comes out. That was rude. That was rude, man. No, I mean, I think this is what weirded everybody out about whenever we first saw this. You know what I mean? That's what, yeah. What's up, Ferret? Bro, that was rude. I think that's what weirded everybody out about this when we first saw it. So there's like, okay. I think when you talk, you want to try to compare this to Pokemon a little bit, right? There's this weird difference between, like, with Pokemon, you had characters that were obviously young, right? But they also they showed their, you know, they had a little bit of some maturity to them as well, right? There were characters that were all the way through and through. In that, there were adults, there were teenagers, there were children in those games and in that piece of entertainment and everything too. Everything we're seeing in this makes all of these characters, and I don't know what age they're trying to, like, portray these characters to be. They all look like they're about 8 years old, though. Everybody looks like they're 8. And they make them look like these, like, cutie little, you know, I don't know what's going on here. But that's what makes it weird, I think. That's what makes it weird. You know what I'm saying? They make them all look like they're painted up like dolls or something, you know? And this, I remember watching this trailer with a bunch of the community, and we were all like, what the crap is this? And there's going to be cultural differences in the way that people perceive this. You know what I mean? But every character in this looks like that. And it's just kind of odd, man. It was a turnoff for a lot of people. I remember this. Like, brother, this looks like a 7-year-old kid wearing some PJs or something. It's weird. It's weird. I just can't, dude. This song is a banger, is it? No, I'm good. I'll trust you. I don't know. We'll watch the trailer. Okay? And we'll get everybody's opinion on this, actually. We'll get everybody's opinion on this. Because I remember this from back in the day. We'll talk about it this morning. It came off really, really odd. It did, dude. It came off odd. We'll watch the trailer. We'll get everybody's opinion. And again, I think there's going to be differences between cultures here and the way people perceive this and the way they take it and stuff. But I think that the difference is, you know, you're not talking about an environment where there's anything resembling differences of ages. It's just this. It's kind of weird. Oh, interesting, dude. Nice, thanks. Okay. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Cool, man. Let's see what else we can find here. We got the Nintendo Direct popping off this morning, guys, at, what is it? 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, so we got to get through this news. Yeah. Ferret also likes the song. Thanks for banning out Brianide. Ferret, appreciate it. Embracer back at it again. Yeah. We'll probably come across it in my search here, but yeah. But remember, they're not Embracer anymore. They're a 3-part company with literally nothing changing. It's still Embracer. I'm trolling. And friends, that's right. That's right, Soup. Yeah. We'll talk about it. You're exactly right, dude. Yeah. We already know about that. Bat and Kaido's RPG remasters are now on Steam. Cool. Take a look. Here you go, Soup. Here you go, dude. Because there needs to be dedicated articles talking about what AAA games Mac is actually getting on their platform. There you go. All right, buddy. Yep, Super gave us this yesterday. I've got the article up. We're going to take a look at it. New A Quiet Place game, dude. That's cool. Canceled Xbox game finally release after 20 years. What? Todd Howard says Bethesda hears the feedback about paid-for Starfield mods. You know, this is what's crazy to me. I said this whenever we first heard about this. I find it wild that they didn't take a look at the potential mods had for this game outside of what monetization is, and just what mods for this game being wide open and not needing to pay for them to Bethesda or anything could have been beneficial to them as just bringing in a lot more people to play the game, buy the game. And instead they went this route, you know? There's so many people that love to mod Bethesda games, and it's a huge thing for community around those games, and it brings a lot of people in to play those games. And instead, they looked at it as, well, we'll incorporate mods, but people are going to have to pay us for it. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ, it feels like a missed opportunity there by Bethesda. Whenever this game didn't do as good as they wanted or needed it to. Let's be honest. What is this? Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Square has been very, very open here lately about being done with a lot of this proprietary, exclusivity kind of stuff for their titles. They're trying to get all of their titles on as many platforms as possible now. They're basically following the Microsoft plan, if you will, the Xbox plan. They want their titles on as many platforms as possible. They're not really that interested anymore in the exclusivity that they used to constantly be involved in, even until recently. You know, even like the recent Final Fantasy games were exclusive on, PlayStation. They've basically come out and been like, we're not really interested in that anymore. It's not as lucrative as it used to be in comparison to what they can get from the games just being on as many platforms as possible. Too many gamers out there, too many prospective consumers on all platforms, man. Is Hellblade 2 even worth playing? Depends on if you like those kinds of games, I think. I think if you're looking for an experience that is visually gratifying, visually striking, and something that has a decent story to it, as long as you're okay with the gameplay itself being kind of dull, really, you're not going to have anything substantial gameplay-wise. And your understanding of the fact that the game is going to be only 6 to 8 hours, then, if you're interested, go for it. But my advice would be don't buy it. I don't think it's worth $50. There's no replayability in it. There's no end game grind or anything. I think it's an experience that you're going to kind of probably more often than not, most people are going to be one and done with that game. And for $50, I don't really see it. I think that you're better off just getting a month of Game Pass, playing that game, and being done with it. That's what I think. Wow. What is this, dude? we'll read that. Thanks, man. And we'll see. We'll see. It's going to take time for people to feel comfortable with Asus again after this debacle. They're going to have to prove to people they've actually they've made changes. That's the thing. If you you know, harm people's trust, it takes time to build that trust back. That's the big thing. Yeah, we'll read it. We'll read it. Thanks, buddy. Yo, one sec. Yo, one. Apologies, I had to talk to the wife real quick. Me too, Ferret. Me too. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. We've talked about the Thing remastered. If you didn't know this, Night Dive Studios is remastering the Thing game from like the 90s. So this is a game that basically continues the story from the movie. And apparently it was reviewed very well when it first came out. So they're remastering that game and bringing it back. So we'll see what it's like whenever they bring it to us. Night Dive does a pretty good job. This is like, I think, the first full game they'll be doing, though, underneath Atari. They got bought by Atari recently. And we'll see if that affects the quality of their games and everything. I hope not. We've got this up. Yep. Yeah, that's the one that Soup just gave me. Project Party official announcement trailer. What is this? Let's take a look at this. See if it's worth looking at. We've got Galvanic Game stuff up as well. Or we talked about this one. We talked about that one. Yeah, all right, dude. Let's go. We got all these articles. We got to be done by 9 o'clock this morning because that's when Nintendo Direct pops off. Let's go. Let's get in it, man. Take a look at what this is. Project Party official announcement trailer. Soup, thanks for all the articles this morning, man. Helping me find all this stuff. Here's your look at the announcement trailer for Project Party, an upcoming app game hybrid that's coming soon to PC and mobile devices. The trailer showcases cozy building and elements, decorating, and zombies in Project Party, which developers are calling a life simulation app. Players can create their own virtual character, decorate the world, and invite their friends over to enjoy games within Project Party. Who needs warranty? Might have just jinxed yourself. There's fishing. Those games. I don't know. Did that actually show any gameplay? Here's your look at the announcement trailer for Project Party, an upcoming app game hybrid that's coming soon to PC and mobile devices. Trailer showcases cozy building elements, decorating. It showed a little bit, yeah. Decorating and zombies in Project Party, which the developers are calling a life sim app. Players create their own create their own virtual character, decorate their world, and invite their friends over to enjoy games within Project Party. Okay, there you go. Let's get the music popping. I want to watch sports. Hey, go back there. No. Bandai Namco's rather glorious-looking Batten Kaitos RPG remasters are now on Steam. One of the GameCube's best beloveds returns to challenge today's card battlers. Edwin Backstory Fragment number 345. The greatest usage to which I've ever put my failing grasp of mathematics is determining how many different RPGs I could buy using the same money, by dint of trading them in promptly at GameStation for carefully calculated diminishing returns. Whatever, dude. Batten Kaitos from originally the GameCube has just been re-released on Steam in the shape of Batten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Can't remember what I traded them for back in the day. Okay. Let's just pull it up on... I'll pull the link up on Steam for you as well. We'll just take a look. This article was not even really worth reading. Okay, Pinky. I don't think you should be embarrassed, dog. It would have taken me probably double that time. Yeah. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Yeah, you're sure of that because I just told you that. Soup? What are you talking about? Brain became mush? Oh, nice, dude. Well, quit pausing the stream, you noob. You flipping McNugget. I literally said Batten Kaitos like 4 times over like a 3-minute period. Nice, I like it, Pinky. Yeah, so it's on Steam now. Check it out. Boop. Here you go. They are on Steam now, dude. Actually, yeah, it's released already. Yep, just as of yesterday. There you go. I'll link it to you. There you go. Bro, Pinky, did you see my fight yesterday, dog? I was getting so salty, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, bro. PTSD from it, I think, man. It was really rough. There we go. Canceled Xbox game to finally release after nearly 20 years. Captain Blood. Wait. Spoiler territory. God dang it, dude. Oh my god. There was a quest to go around and do all these duels, dog. And I basically put myself in an even larger handicap than just the difficulty, you know, we're playing at. Where I went into this final duel and I didn't have any resolve in the first place. So I went into this duel, dude, with no resolve. And I didn't, you know, change my charms out or anything either, which I don't normally anyways. But no resolve was really brutal. And dude, I took a lot of deaths, bro. Like a lot of deaths. Probably close to like 100, something like that. Maybe not quite, but probably close. And I don't know what it was, dude. But what's funny is, like, I finally like backed out of the duel and then changed my charms to be more optimal for just doing a fight like that. And then I went in and took him down within like 5 to 8 or something like that. You know, like, I was like, God dang it, dude. Bro, I was getting so tilted, dude. So tilted. Oh, it was driving me nuts. I definitely shouldn't have died that many times, but God, I did. It did not feel good. But bro, the armor I got was is really dope. Really cool. It's I'm still gonna be using the Ronin. The Ronin's still going to be optimal armor for like soloing, like doing duels or anything like that. But the other armor that I got from that quest is definitely, I already fully upgraded it. It does, but in a different way than the Ronin armor does. Which is fun. It's a different mechanic. It's better for facing groups of enemies. I'll just say that. That's all I'll give you. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. And it looks pretty dope too. It's got some fashion to it. Yeah. So there's something to look forward to for you. Yeah. I just, like, right at the end of the day yesterday, dude, I fully upgraded it and was trying it out and I was like, this is kind of gross. It's kind of gross, dude. Especially with some of the charms that you can put on with it to just increase what it already does. You can kind of stack with it a little bit, and it feels really nuts, dude. So far, anyways. Canceled Xbox game to finally release after nearly 20 years. Captain Blood will be releasing after first being shown for Xbox in 2006. A game that was first supposed to release on the original Xbox console almost 20 years ago, finally set to see the light of day. All the way back in 2006, Xbox fans were looking forward to a game known as Captain Blood. Pitched as a pirate-themed hack-and-slash title, work on Captain Blood ended up eventually shifting to newer platforms. That included Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Somewhere along the way, though, developer 1C Seawolf ended up scrapping its work on Captain Blood, which led to the game never becoming available. Now, well over a decade later, Captain Blood is set to finally arrive in just a few short months. Yeah, just trust me, dude. You're gonna really like this armor, okay? Yeah. You're gonna really like this armor, dude. Again, it's not gonna be the most optimal thing to use if you're just doing a solo battle. Like if you're just dueling like a boss, you'll probably still want to use the Ronin. I think that's my initial inkling, anyways. But bro, for just running around in the world and fighting like numerous enemies and stuff like that, it's flipping poggers, dude. It's really good. It's really good. Announced today by public, and it's got again, the fashion vibe is pretty good on it too. The fashion's pretty sick, dude. Announced today by publisher SNEG, Captain Blood is set to be released later in 2024 for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. As expected, Captain Blood has now been modernized a bit for these new platforms compared to when it was last shown in 2010. Generally speaking, though, it still has the look of games that were developed in the early 2000s, which is surely a plus for those looking for a hit of nostalgia. When it comes to the reason behind releasing Captain Blood in 2024, details on this decision weren't disclosed. Instead, SNEG said that it's simply excited to bring it back, combining its original glory with a series of modern improvements for today's gamers. This is definitely one of the more bewildering announcements that we've seen so far this year, but it's still good to see that Captain Blood will at long last be arriving for those who once looked forward to its launch. We've got a new trailer. Let's go. Let's see this.
Ta-dam! World premiere. Sort of. England and Spain are at war. There are also pirates who kidnap their lord's daughter who needs rescue. Blah, blah, blah.
1,000 gold coins for her safe return.
50,000.
Don't do it for England. Do it for good. Who knew that rescuing her would release a whole shipload of trouble? Embark on an epic adventure where you can learn new languages, make friends, play with toy ships. Is this the right script? In a historically accurate cannon-firing, pistol-shooting, bare-knuckle, beat-down pirate game that was lost at sea for years. Captain Blood. Oh, and a villain who drinks green stuff to gain ass-kicking power. Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool.
Captain
It looks kind of fun. All right, cool. Captain Blood.
All right.
Pirate-themed action game set on the Spanish Main in the 17th century, where you can step into the boots of a fearsome pirate on a quest for gold and glory. Expect wild adventures with cannon firing, pistol shooting, swashbuckling, sword fights, and plenty of pirate shenanigans. This action-packed hack-and-slash features fierce hand-to-hand combat, hordes of enemies, and a classic fighting system with flashy combos and epic finishers. Prepare for intense deck battles where you can fire the ship's cannons and fend off bloodthirsty boarding crews. Collect gold to upgrade your fighting skills, buy new weapons, and become the most feared buccaneer on the high seas. Cool. Popeye at the end a little bit. Yeah, I can see it. Arrived at work. Aw, Pinky. All right, brother. Yeah. All right, dude. Have a good day, buddy. Sorry, man. Here we go. Todd Howard says, Bethesda, here's the feedback about paid-for Starfield mods. Bethesda Game Studios recently found itself in hot water again concerning Starfield. With the recent launch of Creation's platform on Starfield came a slew of paid-for mods, with BSG stuffing some content behind paywalls, locked down tight with Starfield Creation credits requirements blocking the way forward. One particularly troublesome mod was the Trackers Alliance mission called the Vulture, which was put behind a paywall costing 700 creation credits, around $7. It's the second part of a line of missions, and the biggest concern here is that the first part was free to consume. However, in a recent interview, Bethesda's Todd Howard revealed that the firm is aware that the feedback is preparing to adjust how they deliver similar content in the future. Do better. Almost 10 years ago, Bethesda Game Studios tried locking some Skyrim mods behind a paywall, and that went down like a cup of cold sick. It seems that history has been doomed to repeat itself because, unlike Tony Stark, Bethesda doesn't learn from its mistakes. In a recent interview with YouTuber Mr. Matty Plays, Todd Howard confirmed that BSG hears the feedback and is going to take a look at that and how we deliver content like that further down the line. I like that they already screwed this up once and they tried to do it again. How disgusting, dude. In addition to these paid mods, these paid mods caused hundreds of users to pour onto Steam to review bomb Starfield, which took a nosedive in ratings as the controversy unfolded, despite Howard appearing in the interview to defend the price point and stressing that there's a substantial amount of content wrapped up in it. Users were still understandably vexed by the decision. Swear to God, dude. Most of these developers just have no idea what how to take care of their fan base, you know. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what all it is. I think most of it is so let's try and figure this out. This is what I'm under the impression of. I'm under the impression that let's just figure this out. I want to get a couple of different pieces of information here. Okay, so this answers both of my questions, I think, that I really had. My main questions, anyways. So, while Bethesda's Creation Club is in Starfield does offer a selection of free mods, they're extremely limited. Most mod authors don't upload or port their game mods to Creation Club as they'd rather use a time-tested mod service like Nexus. Yeah, let's read this real quick. So this is why even. Okay, yeah. Let's read about this real quick. I think this is going to give us a lot of answers here because I had a lot of questions about the same thing, Ferret. Yeah, so let's read this real quick, okay? So, why would people even use Creation Club then, right? Starfield, where to download free mods. Following the unveiling of the Creation Club in Starfield, alongside the Creation Kit, it's finally time for the space exploration game to achieve its full potential, but most players take issue with paid mods, especially when they cost $7 for a single quest. So here's where to download free mods for Starfield. Where to get free mods in Starfield. While Bethesda's Creation Club in Starfield does offer a selection of free mods, they're extremely limited. Most mod authors don't upload or port their game mods to Creation Club as they'd rather use a time-tested mod service like Nexus. It's the go-to for most video game modding, from Skyrim to Dragon Age Origins to Starfield. As the Starfield Creation Kit only launched recently, it's safe to say there aren't many high-quality mods available for the game yet. They're coming, though. Before long, we'll have an overwhelmingly number of anime characters, body modification tools, tactical weapons, and movie-based spacesuits. So why would anybody... So this is now my next question. Why would anybody use this? It's literally because it's just a store. So you've got basically what Starfield did was try to monetize to the greatest extent possible. Yeah, exactly. Right. So while you might possibly occasionally find something free on there, it's going to be more like what we talked about in the original article, okay? So there'll be like, hey, Here's the first in a line of modded quests, right? Like, these are created quests or content. Here's the first part, and you can try it out for free. You get the first part free, right? If you want to do the rest of it, you're going to have to pay for it. So that's where you'll get the free stuff. The free stuff will be like that trial, right? But everything else on this whole Bethesda Creation Club stuff is all about Bethesda having a store. Yeah, it's a store page for whether it be themselves or other creators to create content for the game where it can all be monetized. And Bethesda gets a cut and the creators get a cut, right? It's their store page, right? That's what it is. And so all these people that are trying to make money off of every single mod they create, this is where they're going to go. Yeah. Yep. I think that's about all we need to know. That's about what I expected it to be. I didn't have definitive information about it yet. I hadn't really looked that deep into it. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. Again, Nintendo Direct is popping off. We'll look at that to end the news segment here. Paradox is shutting down Tectonic Studio and canceling Life by You. This is a game that I was promoting for people to be ready for a while now as some kind of alternative to The Sims. The Sims, for me, is a disgusting thing that has become grossly monetized by EA and Maxis, right? And while I know there are a lot of fans of The Sims, and I'm not going to throw shade at anybody for enjoying the content there and that piece of entertainment, I will prompt people to try to find something better to spend their money on, because it just feels gross what EA has become, and what The Sims has become. And Life by You was looking like a potentially viable alternative anyways. We're talking about a game that was being developed by former Sims devs, and it was looking close to coming out. Well, it got delayed earlier this month. Or at the end of last month. It was supposed to be coming out at the beginning of this month in early access. At the end of last month, it got delayed. And now we're finding out that it's being totally canceled, because the studio is being shut down, apparently. Now, I do still have another alternative that I'm really, really looking forward to. And Soup has given me a couple of things to look at here for people as well. One, really. The other one we're going to look at that's not really a life sim necessarily, but I remember watching it. We're going to talk about this too. But the one that is still, and I was more hyped about it, it's still in development, it's supposed to be coming out in early access in 2025, is Paralives. Paralives looks amazing. I'll just pull it up real quick. We've looked at it many times in this community. Paralives. This one is still in development. It's an indie developer. Paralives Studio is the publisher. This game looks very, very good. This is, I think, going to be a huge, very, very viable alternative to something like The Sims, okay? And everything they show, they've got a couple of videos in here already that are extensive and show great stuff about what this game is entailing. It's beautiful, and it's got a lot of depth to it for a life sim game. And I highly recommend, if anybody is a Sims fan, take a look at this game. It's not going to be out in early access even until 2025, so just know that we've still got at least half a year until we'll see anything about this game coming out, really. But be prepared. I think it's going to be very good. Now, back to Life by You. So the 24-person studio has been closed down in what Paradox CEO Frederick Wester described as a difficult and drastic move. Paradox Interactive has closed Paradox Tectonic following the cancellation of Life by You. Life by You was scrapped after Paradox claimed the project would not be able to meet expectations. The Swedish publisher said writing down the life sim, which was slated to launch in early access on June 4th, like I said, but was subsequently delayed, will cost SEK 208 million or 19.8 million US. For a long time, we've held hopes for Life by You and the potential we saw in it, but it's now clear the game will not be able to meet our expectations, said Frederick Wester, CEO of Paradox. A version that we'd be satisfied with is too far away, and therefore we are taking the difficult decision to cancel the release. Moving forward, we should perform at a much higher level, and it's obvious that we have work ahead of us. I will say this. The things I was seeing out of Life by You before its release looked rough. It didn't look super polished, but it was going to be an early access game, and I was like, well, we'll see what it brings to the table. Now, as opposed to something like Paralives that I just linked in chat, which looks phenomenal already and isn't, I mean, we're still at least half a year away before it is even in early access. I am really, really excited about that game for anybody that's into life sim games because it looks great. You know, Life by You I was a little bit more worried about, but was hopeful for. Wester admitted Paradox is currently in something of a rut. We've performed poorly in recent releases, seemingly referring to the troubled launch of City Skylines 2, where, look, I'm sorry, but you guys came out and told everybody this game wasn't ready and you were going to release it anyways. And as much as people loved City Skylines 1, City Skylines 2 is a hot flipping mess. He claimed Paradox must make further changes to ensure it can consistently deliver quality titles that meet player expectations. We have to evaluate how we manage projects and how we organize, for we will and must get better. We have a very solid financial position and a strong core game portfolio, which keeps us confident about our future. Some changes have been made instantly. Less than 24 hours after announcing the cancellation of Life by You, Paradox has confirmed it's shutting down developer Tectonic. Paradox Tectonic was led by Rod Humble, an industry veteran known for shaping The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. Last year, we spoke to Humble about his vision for Life by You and how he hoped to blur the lines between the digital world and our own. Now, Paradox has deemed both Life by You and the 24-person team at Tectonic surplus to requirements. Paradox, this is a quote, Paradox Interactive has decided to cease further operations in the wholly owned studio Paradox Tectonic in Berkeley, California. Studio has since 2019 led the development of the game Life by You, whose release is canceled and employs 24 people. The game has been in development for 5 years now. 5 years. And apparently wasn't, in the eyes of the publisher, you know, close to being ready for release. Even in an early access version. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, we're talking about probably close to 5 years, if not 5 years worth of development here. And I mean, you're talking, that's like AAA time, you know, on a lot of games. And so it feels bad, you know, I'm sure that feels bad. It feels bad probably for the, I mean, one of the things you've got to take into consideration, I mean, I don't know what they say, a 24-person team. It's obviously not a massive team or anything, but that's a decent little workforce for a piece of software, and it makes you wonder what the dysfunction was. There had to be something going on that wasn't working right. You know, whether it be communication or just too many leaders or executives trying to make changes about what the game needed to have done, and you know, too many pivots or what, you know, had to be something. 5 years worth of development time, and it wasn't even apparently close to ready for an early access release like it should have been. Something had to be kind of messed up there in that project. It's unfortunate. And I don't know. We'll never find out, probably. Wester said Tectonic's closure would represent difficult and drastic news for developers at the studio, but claimed Paradox had to shutter the studio following the cancellation of its sole project. We're deeply grateful for their hard work in trying to take Paradox into a new genre, he added. Scope creep. which is part of what I was talking about. I mean, when you get so many people, you know what I mean, that keep trying to change, you know, where the game's headed, what needs to be incorporated, you know, you've got these, usually you've got a pretty good breakdown of any project, whether it be software development or anything else. Your project development kind of process is, it's all that think tank first, right? It's not that things won't change as you move forward, because that's just part of remaining agile. But when you get too many people talking about, you know, well, let's do this and let's do this and let's do, you know, that's scope creep. You know what I mean? Exactly, dude. Yep. You're absolutely. I've talked about that a lot with Star Citizen. How the confusing part is, how is Star Citizen still alive? Because of how much money they've generated. That's easy. I mean, it's confusing. The confusing part is not how is it still alive, is how have they continued to generate that much crowd-funded money. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's nuts. I agree. Doesn't make any sense. One of the biggest reasons is because of who's behind that project, right? Chris Roberts. So, I don't know. Probably scope creep played a pretty big role in this. Yep. And I don't know. It happens. Yeah, and I mean, that's one of those things I've talked about for a long time in regards to Star Citizen. And you've got those people that are just, you know, they're like Star Citizen blind, you know what I mean? And so they don't really see why people throw shade at the game and the developer and stuff. But ultimately, for a lot of people, when they look from the outside in, it's like, man, the things that a company promises, they need to do their very best to fulfill that stuff. And you're talking about a game in Star Citizen that was supposed to be out in like 10 years ago, dude. It was supposed to be, there was supposed to be some kind of full release 10 years ago, and it's still they're still just pushing out alpha content. That's crazy. That's insane. Should never happen. And exactly what you said. How does a game like that, how does a developer like that continue to be supported? It's beyond me, dude. I have no idea. Yeah, do they have like very playable modules? Yes, but as a full-fledged game, no. Yeah. And you know, it's funny because I see stuff all the time about these fans of Chris Roberts and fans of Star Citizen that are just blind to the fact of what's been happening to them there, and it's absolutely scope creep. You know, they don't know how to reel it in. They don't know how to stay focused in on just what the game should have been in the first place and adding to it after the fact, like you're talking about, right? It's very, very just bloated. It just got bloated, and I think it's a matter of having individuals lead teams that are able to keep those teams on track for the current objective, right? When you have people that lead that are able to keep the project and keep teams on track for getting what needs to be done finished in the first place, and then move on to what you can add to it later, you get things done the right way, as opposed to what we've seen with Star Citizen for so long, you know? Well, I mean, this is I'm not really going to accept that one too much, Ferret, because when you're talking about a they always wanted this to be this big, right? They always wanted this to be this big. They promised people a full release at 10 years ago, and what they should have done. I'm not saying you're wrong, but if that's their mindset, it's wrong. You know, they had to be accounting for that. You know, you're right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that if that is their mindset and that's where they're at with the project, and that's where they've been at for the past 10 years in not getting a full release out, it's absolutely wrong, because they should have been prepared for that with the notion of how big they always wanted this game to be in the first place, right? They had to know that they were going to have those kinds of resources available to support whatever they were pushing out. So Exactly. GTA 6 knows what to do. We'll find out, Soup. We'll find out. So there you go, man. Tectonic Studios is done, and Life by You is finished as well. Let's go. Here we go, man. Oh, dude, I loved these movies, and thank you, Soup. Thank you for this, buddy. So, Soup brought this to my attention yesterday, and I'm really, really excited about this. I saved it for the news today, and because he brought it to my attention after we finished the news yesterday. But A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead revealed for PC and consoles. I loved these movies. I thought these movies were fantastic. The first one especially. Standing on the Shoulders of Silence. Publisher Saber Interactive is today giving us a look at the upcoming release, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. This narrative-driven horror game is inspired by the film series, which includes 2 John Krasinski-directed releases, as well as an upcoming prequel spin-off. It was first announced to be in the pipeline back in 2021. However, at this time, all we had was a logo and the promise of an original story and gameplay that, quote, captures the compelling suspense, emotion, and drama for which the series is famous. Saber says the upcoming game, which is being developed by Stormwind Games, is designed for fans of the films and horror. Experience the journey of a young woman struggling to endure not only the nightmarish creatures of the apocalypse, but also the anguish of interpersonal family conflicts and her own inner fears. With nothing more than your wits and the simple tools you can scavenge, you'll have to overcome the many treacherous challenges and obstacles that lay ahead, all while trying to survive an ever-present threat of the unknown enemies. Let's take a look at this. I hope it's good. Yo, Florida, what's up, man? How you doing? Yo, are you on the road? Or in the skies? Oh, let's go, Florida, nice. I forgot to ask you if you were having to go work. I think you said you're getting like a little bit of some home time now, right? Before you have to go on the road again. It's hard for me to keep track, man. You travel so much. Oh, this week then back to Colorado. Gotcha. I bet Colorado's just beautiful right now. I've only really spent time in Colorado, extended time, once, and I was, dude, about 19, 20. Graphics look good, I agree. But it was just phenomenal. I loved it so much. They gone. As you would expect, given its inspiration, silence will play a key part in A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. Saber warns that even a single noise can be all it takes to give away your position. So to put it bluntly, that's funny because Emily Blunt plays in these movies. Tread cautiously on its release later this year. Exact date to be determined. A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead will be available across PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Those interested can add it to their wish list now. Woo! Let's go. Oh, yes. Stealth walking simulator, survival horror. Dude, my daughter might really like to play this. If it comes out by Scaretober, my daughter might end up playing a Scaretober game with us, okay? We'll see. Yeah, that's what I figured, Ferret. That's what I figured, too. Nice little cheeky play on words there, yeah. Wonder if it'll pick up one's mic. That's what I was kind of wondering, too, Florida. Yeah. Yeah. What about Jurassic Park Survival? Nah, not really interested in that one. I respect it. Not really my bag, though. Thanks for that, though, Soup. Here is so we were just talking about the life sim games, right? So he does. Jesus, you're so just aggro, dude. Why are you so aggro, McNugget? I'm gonna have to work on that personality, dude. You need a personality adjustment, all right? Bro. Soup, thanks for this one. Dude, I've never even heard of this game, but when we were talking about this morning, I was pulling up the articles. We were talking about the Paradox shutdown of what was their studio that was doing Life by You, the Tectonic, yeah. So he brought this up, and I hadn't really seen this yet. I will adjust you. All right, bro. All right. So this looks pretty impressive, but I've never even heard of this. I've got the a YouTube video pulled up where we'll take a look at the official trailer. This was 7 months ago. I haven't even really seen this. So let's take a look at this and see what we're dealing with here, okay? 6 minutes long. This game's by Crafton, okay? Let me know if it gets too loud. It looks like it's okay right now, but these trailers are always kind of different, volume-wise. I'll show you in just a second, Kurt. No, it's not Sim 7. Shut up, Soup. It definitely is not Sim 7. Nope. What a troll. Yeah, there it is. Enjoy. I'm gonna link the website for you guys. Though. Yeah, fair, yeah. It's a crafting game, so, yeah. Yeah, the music, it's got a good vibe, I agree. I've been sitting here jamming. Let's go, dude. Gross, working out.
Somehow
God, that cat's adorable. Jesus Christ. Bro, this game looks sick. Everything looks really good in it. Character models are phenomenal. Oh, brother, me too. Yeah. I'm gonna need a little bit more thickness on that guy. Who's gonna be me? Oh, sick! The Joker, dude, that was awesome. Bro, I don't think I would ever make it past character creation. That's right.
Once bitten, twice shy. What goes around comes back around, multiplied by 25. It's written in the sky. No drama, llama, bad karma won't pass you by. No matter how hard you try, so easy does it now go. Look up to the stars, remember when we were chasing cars and breaking friends. Everything was sunshine, good times, nothing but blue skies. Way back when. Nothing but blue skies. Nothing but blue skies. Consider what you've done. Did you mean to hurt yourself or anyone?
The song's a banger, dude.
So easy does it now go.
Laga så på traven. Jeg holder det, men which was fine.
We were chasing cars and breaking friends. Everything was sunshine, good times, nothing but blue skies. Way back when.
That baby just opened a door.
That
That was kind of weird.
Tricks, I need to do. Den høres vel.
Still time. Everything was sunshine, good times, nothing but blue skies. Way back when. Everything was sunshine, good times, nothing but blue skies.
Oh, yeah! Let's go!
We were stealing cars, but still time. Everything was sunshine, good
Well, okay, so
blue skies. Way back when.
any game, virtually any game that is going to be a life sim focused game is going to give people Sims vibes. Because there's going to be influence from the Sims, right? I mean, that's the way it goes quite often, right? I mean, the Sims literally, like, you know, was the epitome and you know, of what life sim games have been up to this point, right? And you're seeing a lot of other studios finally come through with trying to bring their own spin on what life sim is into the entertainment, you know, gaming entertainment, right? Yeah. I mean, it really, exactly. Yeah, it's not. You're not going to be able to get away from that. There's people are always going to look at anything that has to do with life sim, and I'll be honest with you. That right there, again, this is called Enzoy. So this is their website. Thank you for this, Soup. I appreciate it. So, you know, this game does look quite different in a lot of aspects. There's always going to be some things you see that are going to remind you of The Sims. It's inevitable. Always. I'll tell you this, the Life by You game that we just talked about that got canceled, that game looked really, really similar to The Sims. Like, I mean, really similar. It was like a clone almost is what it seemed like in many, many aspects, right? This looks different in a lot of ways, but you're always going to see the similarities. I think that Paralyzed, the other one that I promoted earlier, it looks different in a lot of ways too. There will be similarities, though. It's just like you said. It's unavoidable, man. It just is. Cool. Thanks for this, Soup. I appreciate it. So, okay. We're going to watch this trailer. Stoop brought this game to my attention after, we saw this a long time ago, dude. I want to say probably like a year and a half ago, we saw this trailer for this game, and it's kind of worked its way back into obscurity. Like, I'd forgotten all about it. I don't know, Ferret. It could be. We'll look into it. Yeah, what's going on, True? How you doing? This is a totally different trailer than the one we watched on the initial reveal or announcement for this game or whatever. This is totally different. The one we watched initially, all it was showing off these little kid-looking characters and stuff, and it was a little bit odd. I like this trailer a lot more. It's still a little bit weird, but It looks good. Yeah, like the animation, the art and everything. Yeah, it's very good. Backache. I think I slept. Dude, me too. I've got just a little bit of like a twinge in my left side of my back, man. I don't know what happened. I think I was sleeping weird too. There's a much different trailer than what we watched initially. It's interesting. Is this Pearl Abyss? I think you're right, Ferret, right? Pearl Abyss do Black Desert? I think so, right? Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're right. So, do they have like a any kind of date for this or anything? I had forgotten all about this game for reals. It still weirds me out. These, so this is being promoted as a right side, yeah. Soup, you've confirmed this is being promoted as a free to play game. Where's the info at about all this? Synchronized sleeping? Maybe on accident. Creature collecting open world action adventure filled with intriguing stories and set in a unique, vibrant world. We'll have to keep track of this. Hold on. It doesn't look like it's on Steam yet. Was Enzoy? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, doesn't look like either one of those are on Steam yet. All right. We'll have to keep track, man. We'll have to keep track. Thank you, Soup. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Don't think it'll be a thing for a while. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to dive into the Reddit stuff, but I appreciate it. I'll grab this real quick, though. Thanks, buddy. This was in December. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have a lot to know about it right now, but if you guys want to take a look at this article, it's in there in chat. It is going to be coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Xbox One. Unlikely it'll come to the Switch, but quite possibly it'll come to the new Nintendo hardware, as it's not going to be even releasing before the new Nintendo hardware will, so we'll see. This is the one we initially saw, I think, was this, and it was like weird for people. How are you getting all these flies in your house, Ferret? What the crap, dude? They're doing it just to troll you. Interesting. Thank you, Soup. I appreciate it. But I'll leave this in the news so I can link it into the Discord for everybody. Looks like the original Resident Evil could be re-released for PC. Also from Soup here. Thanks, buddy. Ratings suggest Capcom's planning a re-release on modern platforms. According to a rating by Europe's Peggy, which indicates that the original game has been cleared for release on PC this week. Released originally on PC in '96, the original Resident Evil is not widely available for purchase on modern storefronts. On Steam currently, none of the original Resident Evil games are available to buy. On PlayStation, the remixed Director's Cut version of the game is available via PS Plus Classics library. Capcom has released 3 commercially successful Resident Evil remakes in the past 5 years. In December, Resident Evil 4 remake director Yasuhiro Ampo confirmed that it intends to release more. Okay, looks like it's going to be coming our way. Cool, man. Good to know. Oh, are you talking about little fruit flies, dude? Not like a normal house fly. You talking about like little fruit flies? Because, dude, I can tell you how to get rid of those real quick. Nat Geo Wild, that's why. Yesterday was a normal house fly. Okay. Much smaller, probably a fruit fly. Fruit flies are really easy. So what you do, you get like a mason jar, and instead of doing the full lid, you just get like the screw-on part of a mason jar, right? Or anything similar to this will work, okay? You make a funnel out of like paper, and then you can tape it on there, or you can just, like, a mason jar is easier, because if you just take not the metal flat part of the metal lid, just the screw-on part, right? And you make a funnel, and to where there's just a small hole at the bottom leading down into the bottom of the jar. You put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the bottom of that jar, and you leave that funnel on there and screw it down on. The fruit flies will know how to get down into the jar because they want that apple cider vinegar. They'll know how to get inside of there. They won't know how to get back out. So you basically fill up the jar with just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You put a paper funnel in there that's just got a small hole at the bottom, and then you somehow secure that paper down on there, right? They can't get back out. They'll go through the funnel, and they'll stay on the sides of the funnel and can't get out. They love apple cider vinegar. So if you've got a problem with like bringing fruit into your house, again, you could use anything, dude. Any kind of I recommend doing something clear so you can see it happen. You can see what you're catching in there. But you can, tape it down to the sides or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just a mason jar is easier. But it works, dude. It works. I've done it many times. It sucks whenever you go buy fruit and it's got fruit flies on it. You bring it into your house and you got fruit flies in your house. It's a pain in the butt, dude. Plastic wrap with little holes in it, that can work too. The better thing is the funnel, though, because the funnel prevents, because the flies, they'll go through that hole at the bottom and then they get stuck on the outside of the funnel, right? And they can't, there's no way for them to get out. The plastic wrap with holes in it, there's still a chance they could get up to the top and find a hole and get back out. You know what I mean? Ooh. That's why the funnel works so well. Like doing the paper in a funnel style, that's why that works so well. Yeah. Here, I'll pull up an example of it. So images here. So it'd be something like this. See this? If you just do something like this, and you don't even have to have like a plastic one. You just do it with like paper. And make it to where obviously it doesn't touch the apple cider or whatever. Then when they go down through this hole, and I think the closer you get the funnel to the apple cider, the better, as long as it's not touching, or not closer. You want to have about a gap like that. but they'll go through and then they get on the outsides of the funnel and they don't necessarily know how to get back through that hole, right? Yeah. So that's how, like, they'll just stay out in this area. They don't really know how to get back through the funnel because they're idiots. But they just stay in here until they die, man. It's really wild. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Even stuff like that, you'll see stuff like that. You can just funnel and tape it, like I was talking about before. Just make a funnel and tape it to the outside. They'll go through here and they just won't be able to get back out, you know. Usually too dumb to find the hole back out of the plastic wrap. Yeah. You're right. They are. Yeah. So it's you can just make a really easy homemade one. You don't have to screw it down. Like I said, it's easier if you have one of the metal screw tops, because then you don't have to worry about taping it. But you can just do it like this too, or do like True said. There's a lot of different ways you can make it, but it's a really tried and true way to get rid of fruit flies, man. They love apple cider vinegar, and it's a really nice trap for them. All right, let's keep going. Embracer is closing Alone in the Dark studio Pieces Entertainment. The Swedish company was established in 2007 and developed over 10 games. Embracer, disgusting. In an image published on its website, the studio wrote Pieces Interactive 2007 to 2024. Thanks for playing with us. The image was accompanied by a short history of the Scovd Sweden-based studio. Pieces Interactive released over 10 titles on PC, console, and mobile since 2007. Both our own concepts, such as Puzzlegeddon, Fret Nice, Leviathan Warships, RoboSurf, and Kill to Collect, as well as work for higher titles such as Magicka 2 and several DLCs for Magicka. Client list includes Paradox, Tecmo, Arrowhead, Coach Media, and Race Room Entertainment. 2017, Pieces Interactive were acquired by Embracer after working with the expansion for Titan Quest Ragnarok, and third expansion for Titan Quest Atlantis. Our last release was the reimagining of Alone in the Dark. In a message on LinkedIn, Pieces Interactive character artist Gustav Pethras also wrote, "Unfortunately, Pieces Interactive is closing down, so I'm looking for new opportunities. Unclear how many people were employed at Pieces Interactive, but the studio had a staff of 13 when it was acquired in August of 2017. Yeah, after several years of rapid expansion through mergers and acquisitions, Embracer announced last May that a $2 billion deal had collapsed at the last minute, leading to it embarking on a restructuring program that resulted in almost 1,400 job cuts, studio closures, and cancellation of 10 games. As well as them basically splitting their company into 3 different standalone organizations that really doesn't change who Embracer is, because they're not changing their executives, their management, their leadership, anything. And they're just trying to do it to save face and get rid of the stigma behind the Embracer name. That's it. They're still Embracer, right? It's pretty disgusting. They're a terrible company, and we'll continue to call them out. Square Enix is reportedly bringing Mistwalker's Fantasian to consoles. A Switch version will be announced at Tuesday's Nintendo Direct and released this year, it's claimed. So we'll see more about this today, probably in the Nintendo Direct that happens here in about an hour. Yes, Soup. Yes, son. Waifu said no ROG ally because I won't be using it at all. Well, I mean, if you won't, then she's right. You know? If you won't be using it, then what's the point? Wait, what's ACV true? What did I miss? Oh, yeah, I do too. Yo, have you seen those little drinks that we drink sometimes? Have you guys seen these? Hold on. So Bragg actually makes these drinks, and they're apple cider vinegar based, right? So apple cider vinegar can be good for your digestion and stuff, and sometimes I'll just like take a shot of it or whatever, you know. But they make these prebiotics. If you guys haven't seen these things, yeah, we always have like a big thing of like apple cider vinegar. So sometimes we'll just like take shots of it or whatever. And but they make these drinks too. So if anybody in the family is like having a stomach ache or stomach issues or is sick or whatever, then we'll just drink one of these. We just keep like a few of them around usually. We only have one right now. But we'll drink one of these. It's apple cider vinegar based, but it's a prebiotic, and they've got different flavors. Like this is honey and green tea. They've got like a cinnamon one. They've got a few different flavors, but it's not quite as pungent. It's just apple cider vinegar based, and then it's got other stuff in it, right? And I'm telling you, man, they really do. Quite often they'll make your gut feel better if you're having some gut issues. For reals, we love them. Fantasian, the Apple Arcade game written and produced by Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi, is reportedly coming to consoles this year. That's according to the industry insider Nate the Hate, who has a track record of breaking stories ahead of their official announcement. In a new podcast, Nate the Hate claimed that Square Enix has partnered with developer Mistwalker to publish Fantasian for Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles. They said the game will be announced for Switch during a Nintendo Direct presentation on Tuesday. Part of Fantasian was released on Apple Arcade in April 2021, with Part 2 arriving 4 months later. Fantasian saw Sakaguchi returning to traditional turn-based RPG gameplay for the first time since 2007's Lost Odyssey for Xbox 360. The game also features a soundtrack by legendary Final Fantasy composer Nobuo Uematsu. Its almost unique feature, however, is its art style. The game's environments are all real-life dioramas created by Japanese artists who have worked on tokusatsu special effects films, including the Godzilla movies, Attack on Titan, and Ultraman. These dioramas were then scanned and turned into in-game environments, resulting in realistic backgrounds. Oh, that's kind of dope. Nice. Sakaguchi said last year that he wanted to bring Fantasian to PC eventually and also potentially work on a sequel. A apparent listing for Fantasian appeared in Steam's database last year. Interesting. Cool, man. So we should be seeing more of this today during the Switch showcase, or the Nintendo showcase, Direct showcase that happens in a little bit less than an hour, okay? Oh, charcoal, yeah. Charcoal actually is yeah, exactly what Ferret said. It's literally, charcoal has been used forever, ever to get rid of any, especially poisonous things in your stomach, right? So if anybody ingests anything poisonous, then you get pumped for, charcoal, to get rid of it. So he's absolutely right, yeah. How Asus claims it's overhauling customer support after Gamers Nexus investigation. So, this is one of those issues we've been reading about here lately with Asus, their customer support. They've been called out very heavily for taking advantage of consumers and their customer support being bad, warranty issues, things like that. So let's see what's going on here. Asus will now let you dispute previous warranty claims and finally address the ROG Ally's micro SD card reader. Asus's reputation for customer support has been tarnished, and the company is now pledging a long list of concrete fixes to Gamers Nexus. Chief among them, if you've ever been denied a warranty repair or charged for a service that was unnecessary or should have been free, Asus wants to hear from you at a new email address. Claims these disputes will be processed by Asus's own staff rather than outsourced customer support agents. And after failing to even acknowledge the ROG Ally handheld's SD card reader issues for over a year, the company will be finally issuing a formal statement about the defect next week, Gamers Nexus is reporting. 1 month ago, GN revealed that Asus could in some instances charge customers for unwanted and unneeded repairs, among other issues, following the company's tone-deaf response to that investigation and additional pressure by the YouTube channel. Asus customer support higher-ups sat down face-to-face with Gamers Nexus this week. Fantastic. Yo, it's rando mode time. Here's a list of concrete promises that resulted from the sit-down according to Gamers Nexus. They have a new inbox called executivecare@asus.com. They have created specifically to reprocess prior RMAs that customers feel were unfairly classified, were misclassified, or charged for a service that should be free. Asus has published a timeline for improvements. June 14th, today, is the publication of this email and template. Asus has promised us an email this month with other changes. Asus has committed to refunds of service charges for unnecessary repairs, which customers felt compelled to accept in order to have a warranted repair covered, such as unrelated or misclassified CID, customer-induced damage. Asus has committed to refunding shipping charges in scenarios where a warranted repair was part of the RMA. For clarity, if a customer has both an out-of-warranty repair and in-warranty repair in the same claim, shipping will be covered by Asus. Asus has committed to refunding labor and taxes related to these aforementioned qualifying disputes. They've created a task force team to retroactively go back through a long history of customer surveys that were negative to try and fix the issues. Remove the power from their repair centers to claim CID. Now CID claims must go through Asus's team. This will remove some of the financial incentive to failed devices. There still is one, but now it won't be motivated by as much by speed. They're creating a new support center in the US. This will enable customers to choose between a repair of their board or a faster swap of a refurbished board. Solves an issue where refurbs were the only option in some scenarios previously. After over a year of refusing to acknowledge the micro SD card reader failures on the ROG Ally, Asus will be posting a formal statement next week about the defect resulting from this series. Asus will publish a more transparent repair report template in September of this year, and they are changing the advanced RMA language to reduce emphasis on physical damage. There's also an email template listed right here below you can use when emailing that executivecare@asus.com address as provided by Asus itself. Asus is saying that they should respond to emails sent to that address within a week. They are also apologizing with the following quote: "We're very sorry to anyone who has had a negative experience with our service team. We appreciate your feedback and giving us a chance to make amends." Gamers Nexus says it's not taking Asus at its word, as we shouldn't. We already have devices in our RMA centers under pseudonyms and plan to continue sampling them over the next 6 to 12 months so we can ensure these are permanent improvements, writes editor-in-chief Steve Burke. Let's go. Gamers Nexus, dude. Asus had previously laid out a handful of promised customer support improvements at this link. There's a PDF link here. Yeah. This is what I was saying previously before we even read this. We need to see actual improvements, okay? Here's the thing that sucks, okay? This is what sucks. If Asus actually cared, this process wouldn't have gotten to this point in the first place, right? They would have had checks and balances in place to ensure that the customers were taken care of and that this process had never gotten to this terrible state to begin with. But would this have changed had we not had Gamer Nexus or somebody with that kind of platform call them out? No way. How long do you think people have been calling them out for this kind of crap, but it hadn't gotten enough publicity for Asus to make a change? Right? So now that Gamer Nexus has gotten a bunch of traction about it and called them out, and it's giving them a big negative reputation, now you get an apology. Now you get them trying to change things, right? This is unfortunate. And we'll see how it goes for them moving forward. But don't get it twisted. Do not get this twisted. Asus does not care, or this process would not have gotten to this point in the first place. So my opinion, personally, stay away from Asus for quite a while. This does not seem like a company that really gives a crap about taking care of their consumers. All right. Statement about the CID makes me think that the repair center's got some sort of cut of the repair. Exactly. In their best interest, try and make the push claim for them to get more money. Exactly. But this is exactly why, you know what I mean? You've got to have checks and balances in place if you're a company and you're going to be implementing certain kinds of processes like this, where your company is not wholly going to be in charge of all these processes, right? If you're going to have contracted companies be involved in these processes for it, you've got to stay on top of it and make sure that things are still being done the right way. That is your job. These are your products. This is your name, right? And somewhere along the line, they lost. They quit caring. They weren't following through with making sure that consumers were being taken care of. And until they can prove that not only they're rectifying these issues, but they're going to stick with it and do better in the future. That's a big part of this. So changing for now is something that they're obviously going to be very heavily focused on doing to get their reputation back. But can they stick with it? Are they going to continue to do right for the long haul? That's going to be the real test, right? And I'm sorry, but Asus has lost a lot of credibility with me now. I won't be buying any of their products for quite some time. There's no way. And thank you, Gamer Nexus, dude, for doing the work for all of us. What just happened? Stop that. Fantastic, dude. Gamers Nexus. Great stuff. Here we go, guys. Nintendo Direct popping off. Very soon. Very soon. All right. Nintendo Direct hitting at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. That means we got 45 minutes. 45 minutes. All right. So we've got just a little bit of time before this pops off, and we'll watch the Nintendo Direct. They don't usually last that long, so oh God. We'll be getting ready for this very soon, and then after it's over, we will play games for the rest of the day. Ghost of Tsushima, probably a little bit of X-Defiant. You know how it goes. We'll see what Nintendo has to offer us for their summer showcase, as it were. Okay. Big shout out to Soup this morning. Soup, dude, just really bringing us a lot of good articles between yesterday afternoon and this morning. My friend, I appreciate it very much, dude. I really do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our dude. Everybody, thanks for being here and being a part of this and engaging in these discussions and everything for the news segment. And for anybody that's not familiar with what we do, this is our jam 6 days a week. Every day but Wednesday, we're live with video gaming news to begin the stream. We always try to stay on top of what's happening in the industry, try to stay current in the know, as well as promoting a healthier environment for us as consumers of these products and just lovers of video games. Yeah. After that, we go play games for the rest of the day. Today's a little bit of an odd one because we're going to get ready right now to watch the Nintendo Direct showcase before we play games. But this is the way it goes. You know, we're live for roughly 8 to 9 hours average every day that we're live. And again, tomorrow will be a down day because Wednesdays are the normal down day. But we've got an amazing community here that's always centered around, you know, promoting a welcoming, inclusive, safe environment for people to be a part of and just to enjoy video games together. We have a great time, lots of laughs, but it's also about taking care of one another, lifting each other up day in and day out, and being here for each other when we need it, and building legitimate, amazing friendships along the way. So if you can dig that, then come be a part of it. We're always looking for more awesome people to be a part of building this amazing community as we move forward. Okay? So, happy Tuesday. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm going to run us an outro real quick, but the stream's not over. As soon as I get back up here, we'll get ready for watching the Nintendo Direct showcase and playing Ghost of Tsushima for the rest of the day, all right? You guys rock. I'll see you in a second.